I just saw a factory that makes vices.
What do you mean makes vices?
You know, like vice grips you put in your garage?
Okay, sure.
Gave me an idea.
Okay, what's that?
Let's talk about vices.
Okay, let's talk about vices.
Not
Miami
the actual
vices?
tool. Not, yeah, like I've never been to Miami, but if I was to be there, I'd probably have a different vice than I do now.
Yeah, you'd be called Florida Man.
I don't think Florida Man comes from Miami. He's definitely from like the wood, like the bayou freaking swamp area.
All right.
What is up with Florida Man, by the way?
I don't know. He's a big, great character. He's doing weird stuff.
He does, and I'm sure he has a lot of vices as well. Okay, well, just being in Vietnam, seeing all this lovely propaganda stuff with everyone always wears lipstick on these signs. I don't understand. It's like represents the red flag, I guess. Anyway, as we drive through this international factory area that everyone is pouring into Vietnam for, we just made a whole episode about that.
Sure.
Basically, all these factories are leaving China and coming here.
Yeah.
And you can go watch that. It's very interesting. But what I've seen around here is a lot of things catering to people's more dark needs, if that makes any sense, right? There's a lot of little KTVs, and you know what probably goes on in there.
Sure.
There's a lot of little bars.
Well, we know what
beer.
goes on in there because I thought it was a cafe, and I went in there, and it was like a brothel. Yeah. Yeah. Coffee. Do you have coffee? Yeah. Coffee. You have coffee? Hello. Hi. Wait, what have we done? Why? Hi, dude. Oh, that. No.
There's like a real open right there.
Yeah, anyway, we know what goes on.
Anyway, we know what goes on there. Let's drive over some glass. So a lot of vices around here, and it's for people in transit, people visiting, you know, the factory areas. It's people that come out after a long day of work. Everyone needs some sort of vice in their life to make them kind of chill out and relax, right?
Sure.
So I wanted to ask you, throughout your life, what have been your vices, and maybe some positive and negative aspects of said vices?
Well, I guess the elephant in the room is alcohol for me.
The elephant in the room.
The
Da Chang.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. Alcohol has always been my vice. I've never been into drugs.
Okay.
And I think that's fairly apparent.
Yeah.
Because of my disdain for addicts and stuff.
Sure,
and everyone
sure.
hates me and says I don't understand.
Right.
You know, and rightly so. I'm glad I don't understand. All right.
Well, yeah, it means you're not a zombie on the side of the
It
road.
means just I'm not an addict, you know, drug addict. And then they're like, but alcohol's a drug and it kills more people than other drugs.
Sure.
Anyway, whatever.
That's
you
why
know the deal.
I wanted to bring this up. You know, it's like, tell me some. I want people to learn from other people's issues. So.
Sure. Now, alcohol, of course, I think like most people growing up. Let's not go too fast. Wind noise.
Sure.
Like most people growing up, alcohol was a social lubricant for me. You know, it gives you confidence and you have a great time, and you know, you just enjoy the feeling, and you enjoy meeting people and going out and drinking, and you know, that was the thing.
Right.
And you know, if you're from England or you know any of the colonies, you know, beer is a big thing. I find it's not as much in America.
Yeah, no.
America, because you guys only can drink when you're 21, which is ridiculous. I feel
if you don't like it, go home.
No, honestly, I think I don't like it. By the way, slow down.
Sorry.
You're like going off in the distance.
Sorry.
Anyway, no, I don't like it because I think by the time people start drinking, it's like they're immature. It's like they're all turned into like little 16-year-olds all of a sudden. Okay. It's like, oh, look at me, I can drink. Meanwhile, you're a 21-year-old adult. It just seems ridiculous. Anyway,
I'm going to give you a counterpoint to that later, by the way.
Okay, yeah, please do. What I'm saying is that British drinking culture is massive, and it's been exported to places like South Africa and Australia, etc. And it's such a big part of the culture that pretty much any time you go out for any kind of social occasion, it doesn't matter what it is. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're just going to go see a movie with your friends. You will sit at a restaurant and have beers beforehand, or after. You know, you get drunk. It doesn't matter where you go, what you're doing. You're drinking.
Right.
Go to a friend's house, you drink. and that's just how it is. So drinking has been my biggest vice. How
Okay.
about yours?
Well, I actually wanted to, okay, we'll get into the effects on our life later. Actually, just to go on your 21 thing, I will fully agree with you that 21 is a ridiculous age to make a drinking law out of. It's dumb. But what I will say is that a lot of arguments against it have been that it creates a binge drinking culture. So like people didn't grow up with it, and then all of a sudden they turn 21 and it's crazy, now I'm gonna get effed up, right?
Yeah.
And you see that a lot in college and stuff. But I will say this, I have not seen a more immature binge drinking culture than fully grown British expats, okay? And Australians, all these people that grew up drinking, I find it absolute bullshit if you say that they learned how to be mature with their drinking. No. Biggest nations of boozers I've ever met in my life. Sloppy, mean, crazy ass drunk people.
Yeah.
And of course I'm not labeling all of you. I can be the same, to be honest, but by and large, Americans, I think, drink a lot less than they do, even after 21.
America, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
America doesn't actually have a big drinking culture. People are going to call me out on that, but,
No, we don't. We really don't.
I've been there for a couple of months now. We've been setting up. And, people go and drink their artisanal craft beer.
Right.
Honeysuckle pumpkin latte beers and stuff. And you'll get the occasional person who likes to drink whiskey and stuff. But other than this dude that I met in Oklahoma, that we stayed over at his place, this awesome guy. Shut up. I haven't met like big drinkers like I know back home.
Sure.
In America.
Sure.
You're about the biggest drinker I know, really.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm packing on some weight. Anyway, my vice. Okay, this is gonna be a weird one.
Okay.
Obviously drinking, so I'm gonna skip that. We both know that we drink a lot.
Sure.
I think everyone in the world, that is not a secret.
Right.
Nicotine was a big thing, still is. I would like to publicly out myself as an addict.
Yeah, you vapist.
I am a serial vapist.
Yeah.
I started smoking when I was 13 years old.
Bad boy.
Cigarettes.
Bad boy.
Yeah, and it's so stupid. It wasn't even out of like a to be cool thing. Because I didn't do it publicly. I literally did it alone in the woods by myself. And then by the time I was addicted, of course, it was a social thing. But I tried to quit a few times. Successfully quit in Taiwan because not that many people smoke compared to China. Come back to China, of course, it's like if you were a smoker, like I know you're not, so you wouldn't understand this. But like to go back to mainland China, I don't know how the hell I quit until vaping actually came out. I'm very thankful that that's a thing.
Remember in China how I tortured my roommate?
Yeah. Yes.
For those of you who don't know, China is a smoker's paradise, and my friend at the time, he started dating a girl who didn't want him to smoke, so he tried really hard and he was doing well. He's like, okay, he's not gonna smoke, and he starts this kind of cleaning himself up act. And I thought, okay, all right, you want to try give up smoking? Let's see how good your willpower is. So I went out and I bought his favorite like Marlboros or something, which you can't get in China at the time. I had to like get them in Hong Kong or something, and I bought like a whole carton of them, and then I just left the packs lying around in the apartment.
Right.
And then I opened up a pack, and with the cigarettes I wrote on his pillow in his bed, "Smoke me." Like I actually like spelled it out with cigarettes, and he came home and he was like, "Man, screw you," and then he smoked them.
You screwed him up. You're immoral.
I know. I mean, I understand. There's a reason I don't smoke. It's because I used to give my old man so much crap for smoking when I was a kid.
Yeah, I honestly feel like you would be a smoker otherwise.
I was going to be. I really wanted to be. Like, when it was high school came around and everyone's starting to smoke and everyone's being the cool kids. Right. I wanted to start smoking, but I realized that if I did and my old man found out, he would just never let me hear the end of it.
Right, right.
So I was like, nah. Anyway, sorry, you continue. Nicotine was your thing, right?
Yeah, well, and it still is, right? That's absolutely a thing. I don't think that negatively affects my life now because of vaping. I'm so sick of this crap anti-vaping stuff. I agree that I don't want to be in clouds of cumulonimbus of sickening sweet smoke around other people, but I will say that it's absolutely healthier than smoking. And actually, I told Vivi I'd quit when we got married, and I quit for a couple weeks, and then vaping actually kind of came out. It was actually first in China. So that's when I picked that up. And since then, I haven't picked up a cigarette unless it was like I was in China doing a trip and someone hands me one or something.
Right.
But yeah, that's been a thing for a long time. And one thing that's a vice for me, I don't think it's a vice per se because it's not pleasurable.
Right.
But I'm American, so big pharma,
Right.
whole. I don't take any mind-altering medicine, but I do take medicine all the time.
Don't go up there. Don't go up there.
Oh, go down.
Shit. No.
Go up. Go up.
It's incorrect though. We're gonna have to do a thing.
It says Haiphong.
No. We're going the wrong way.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we're supposed to go straight for Haiphong, not like down there. Anyway, whatever. Continue. We'll turn around. We'll fix this mistake.
Let's see these signs up here. There's signs coming up.
Yeah, but the sign can't really help us, can it?
I swear to God, it said Haiphong.
Yeah, I know, but so did it say Haiphong that way.
We Haiphong this up.
Continue on about your nicotine vice. I mean, your big pharma vice. Yes, that's definitely a vice of yours, by the way.
Yeah, but it doesn't make it's not like heroin or something, right? It's like if I have a headache, I take Advil. If I have heartburn, I take Pepsid. Haiphong, dude.
Yes, but if you look, it says Haiphong if you go around.
Yeah, which we'll do.
So, in other words, we're basically just doing a loop-de-loop instead of having gone straight there.
No, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's not like we're ass backwards.
No. Doesn't matter. Anyway,
so small ailment, take a pill, right?
Right.
That's a very American thing. So definitely that for sure.
It's, I've spoken to about this with some other people I know because the first time I encountered this was after I got to know you.
Okay.
Is that you carry a pharmacy in your pocket?
Yeah, more or less.
And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Why is this guy's? What's wrong with him that he has to take a pill for every damn thing?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I get it, but I've just never been like that, right? So for me, it was just like, what the actual hell?
That's the point of this conversation.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see here.
Let's just go up here and then take a right. Then we'll be back on the road we were supposed to be on.
You sure?
Don't worry, I got us covered.
Okay, cool. Anyway.
Yeah.
A vice that I know about you.
Yeah.
And so after you just embarrassed me.
It's okay.
In front of my friends. It's literally the point of this episode. I'm just fucking with you. One thing I've noticed about you that I don't have, so I got the pills. You definitely have a social media vice, for sure. Definitely more than me. And I don't think, I'm not pointing fingers. What I'm saying is that I've noticed that in today's society, people don't think of it as a mental stimulant or something that changes your brain, but it absolutely does.
Right.
People just all encompassed in this whole, like, I gotta have this fix of people leaving a comment, people sending a message, people liking this picture. Oh, how many likes did you get? How many views? We're both caught up in this because it's our job, obviously. But there is a certain element of, like, even stuff that doesn't monetarily reward you, these people will, they need to see it. They need that fix, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a vice that I see a lot. Would you admit that?
I fully admit to that. I'm always checking my phone first thing I wake up.
Right. At least you admit it, though.
No, of course. It's not good. At the same time, because, well, both of us, but in particular me recently, I've been under attack a lot. So I have to keep an eye on what's going on because I have to make sure that there aren't some crazy new developments and that sort of thing. So it's good to keep an eye on what's going on in the social media world with regards to what we do. Right. But yes, I fully admit to that vice. Absolutely.
Anyway, I wish I could calm some of these vices down. I do know that there's no reason for me to constantly have to, take some medicine to stop something just to make my life easier. I wish I could just not be like that. Yeah. With vaping and stuff, I'm not super concerned about that. I wish I could cut a little bit down on drinking. You know what my issue is, and I think you'd agree with this, is that when you work this much, right, and you've had an immensely exhausting day, for someone that likes to drink, it's almost like a natural reward to just chill out, right? Not get drunk, right? Just to have a little bit, and you're like, all right, I don't have to think about anything right now. It's done, right? Yeah. Obviously, people have their own ways of doing that, but that's my thing that I wish I didn't have to really rely on to make sure I was just chilled out at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on the drinking thing because, okay, look, we're both married to Chinese women,
right,
and they hate it when their husbands drink.
right.
And it's quite annoying because it's like a constant nag.
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't drink so much, don't drink so much,
Right.
don't drink. It's like, shut up, you know? Don't
Yeah.
don't shop so much. What do you
Right,
want?
right.
Like, don't breathe so much. I don't know, like, you know?
I know exactly.
But I will say that the older I get, the more the drinking affects me. And this is what really concerns me, is that when I was younger, I could drink like a bloody fish.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, no joke, I've never met anyone in my life who can drink as much as I can.
Right.
At least back in the day.
I haven't either, to be honest.
Right now, I'm
I think
pretty
both
sure.
of us.
And I'm not trying to big myself up because that's not exactly a skill. All right.
This means you
But,
don't die easier.
It's actually a bad thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, I used to drink a lot. And let's just not get run over here or something. What is going on
I
here?
don't know. That cop needs to do his job.
Yeah, he does. Oh man,
Did we miss the road?
it's these people's fault. Let's see if it's possible to get back. Probably not.
Dang it.
I think we're gonna have to do a U-turn or something.
No.
Yeah, because this is taking us astray.
I think we can
Yeah.
cut.
I don't think so. Can you?
Maybe?
Can you? What's your special skill? Can you? Just you guys?
Can you?
Just you guys? Huh? Can ya? You, what's your best skill? Oh, you don't know English, you idiot.
What did you see?
Oh, you understand English, huh? I said, what's your best skill, little man?
So, dare you compete with me?
Whatever. Come on, man. All right, Cap.
See? Are you convinced?
This doesn't count.
What do you want?
Okay, anyway, we'll go around here.
Son of a horse.
Like I was saying is, I used to be able to drink, and the next day, yeah, I'd feel a little bit, maybe a little
Cramping.
hungover, but I'd be fine. I
Right.
could literally just crack on with life. But
Right.
nowadays, if I drink a lot, and we do often get out of hand, especially on these trips, you know, it's
Sure.
fun to just chill out when we're
Because
exploring
we
a new
finished
place.
late and then, you know.
Yeah, grab some beers, you know the deal. So if I drink too much, it takes me a day to recover, and it gets in the way. It literally gets in the way of my my work.
We're not getting
You know?
on here. Yeah, we're getting on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
And that's the biggest problem for me, is it actually affects my work. It slows me down, and
You have 6
Yeah.
years on me, and I can see
Yeah.
that's going to happen to me soon.
yeah.
Not quite yet, but I'm getting there.
I mean, I also want to make my wife happy, but
Sure,
at
sure.
the same time, I do believe that when you marry someone, you marry them for who they are.
Yeah.
And you don't marry them because you want them to change.
Vivi's
right?
pretty chill with that. She does get to the point where she's like, you said you weren't going to have a beer tonight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I know exactly how I feel. And I do want to just reply, can you stop spending so much time on like Taobao or Amazon? You know, at least I'm
Exactly.
getting my work done.
Yeah, exactly. Can you stop wasting my time trying to get a discount?
Yeah, and they have to ask you about everything. That's
like
a
just-
whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
Anyway,
Yes.
what would, if I had to ask, you know, like your advice for people that rely on vices? Because we were just very honest about ours.
Sure. I'd say everything in moderation.
Yeah.
You have to know your limits.
Sure.
And I mean, for instance, with the drinking stuff, I know when I'm being, you know, I'm
Stupid.
pushing it too far.
Right.
You know, what is going on?
I don't know. People are battling.
Yeah, just keep going. But yeah, know your limits. Everything in moderation.
Sure.
Don't let your vices affect other people. I think is the most important thing.
That's important.
Yeah, because if you're being drunk and you're coming home and making a fool of yourself and embarrassing your family or something, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
And if you are a drug addict and you're stealing from your family to support your habit, then just go jump in a lake and refresh yourself.
Because that'll feel just as good. Ooh,
Yeah.
What is this? What's going on here?
I don't actually know. Something to do with cops.
Something to do with cops.
Yeah. So I think that would be my advice. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it doesn't honestly matter what you do unless it affects other people, right? And again, like people think of, marijuana is completely harmless. I'll admit, by the way, I smoked weed in high school, in college, right? Not very often, but it didn't affect my life in a negative way. But I do know people around me that smoke so much weed that they literally can't get anything done.
Yeah, right.
And then people that rely on them, like they'll forget to do something and stuff. It's a pretty harmless drug, but if it's affecting your obligations to life and people around you, I would 100% agree with you that that's when it becomes an issue, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no judgment on people's vices unless it's hurting other people,
Right. Absolutely.
Cool.
So I guess that's it. We talked about our vices, and is there anything you'd like to tell our subscribers before we sign off?
Whether your vices trap you in a mental vice or your vices allow you to maybe express yourself more freely, because there is something to be said for that. Maybe a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of weed, or whatever you do is actually making you more functional.
Sure.
Or not. That's not up to me to decide, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you guys think about this whole vice issue. I'm not talking about the YouTube channel, by the way.
Right. I hate that.
Leave a comment and click like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content.
Absolutely, and I think life would be boring if it wasn't for a little bit of a vice here and there.
Sure, a little bit of the naughty stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of living, is to enjoy life, because it's going to pass you by. But just don't make that your number one thing, because you've got to still have some responsibility.
Right. Right.
It's all about balance. Once again, have a good balanced life with some good balanced vice.
Yeah, I like that.
And
that's actually a great quote.
That's some advice, you might say.
Nice. Nice.
Anyway.
Oh no.
Sorry about that. Anyway, whether you are big stuck into your vices or not, we love you all the same. And until next time, you know the drill, guys. As always, stay awesome.
Don't forget, guys, every single Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go watch ADV China. You can actually watch another one right here. Every single Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go check out Laudi 6. And right below that, you can watch Serpents Today every single Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks.